This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Here we go, here we go. Trap 50, trap 50.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And incomplete to open things up.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Cut 19, cut 19.
Here's Smith. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
18 Rattler.
Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
YOLO!
On 1st down, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken from about the 12. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Yellow.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Yellow, yellow.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Yellow.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line.
65, 65.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things set.
He's going out. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle?
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Looking to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Smith now to throw. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Smith. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They're going to run this with a tight end, and he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. On the ground with a tight end, and just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got.
Go check, go check.
The final shot here before break. Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Taken from about the 12. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Rolling to his left. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Up the middle, here's Walker. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here we go.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. To throw is Smith. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, check that. Check that.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The NFL on EA Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Well, if you're the team that has the ball, you're loving this series. No matter what you're dialing up, in the air, on the ground, you're getting big-time chunks of yardage. And right now, they've got that defense wobbling.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Rolling to his right. Play. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Austin Hooper, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Titans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Get it!
Here's a Tennessee native from just outside of Memphis, Ken Walker. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's second. Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown.